Fellows in arms, and my most loving friends, bruised beneath the yoke of tyranny, thus into the bowels of this land have we marched without impediment. The wretched, bloody, and usurping boar that spoiled your summer fields and fruitful vines, swills your warm blood like wash, and makes his trough in your emboweled bosoms his foul swine, lies now even at the centre of this isle, near the town of Leicester, as we learn, from Tamworth hither is but 1 day's march. In God's name, cheerly on, courageous friends, to reap the harvest of perpetual peace by this one bloody trial of sharp war. And for all our vantage then, in God's name we march. True hope is swift, and flies with swallows' wings. Kings it makes gods, and meaner creatures kings. The weary sun hath made a golden set, and by the bright track of his fiery car gives the signal of a goodly day tomorrow. Sir William Brandon, you bear my standard. Give me some ink and paper in my tent, and I'll draw the form and the model of our battle. Limit each leader on his several charge, and in my part in just proportion on our small strength, my Lord of Oxford, you and Sir William Brandon, and you, Sir Walter Herbert, stay with me. The Earl of Pembroke keeps his regiment, and good Captain Blunt, bear my good night to him. And by the 2nd hour of the morning, desire that the Earl shall see me in my tent. Now come, gentlemen, let us consult tomorrow's business, and into our tent, as the air is raw and cold.
Deus, Deus meus respice, quale medere isti.
O thou, whose captain I account myself, look upon my forces with thy gracious eye. Put into thy hands thy bruising irons of wrath, that they may crush down with a heavy fall the usurping helmets of our adversaries. Make us thy ministers of chastisement, that we may praise thee in thy victory. To thee I do commend my watchful soul, ere to the falls of the windows of my eyes, sleeping and waking, oh, defend me still. More than I have said, loving countrymen, the leisure and the enforcement of the time forbids you to dwell upon, yet remember this. God and our good cause fight upon our side, like the prayers of all holy saints and wronged souls, like the high-reared bulwarks stand before our faces. Richard except. Those whom we fight against would rather have us win than him they follow. For what is he that they follow? Truly, gentlemen, a bloody tyrant and a homicide, one raised in blood, and one in blood established, one that made means to come by what he hath, and slaughtered those who were the means to help him. A base foul stone that made precious by the foil of England's chair where he is falsely set, one that hath ever been God's enemy. Then, if you do fight against God's enemy, God will in justice reward you as his soldiers. If you do sweat to put a tyrant down, you will sleep in peace, the tyrant being slain. If you do fight against your country's foes, your country's fat shall pay your pains with hire. If you do fight to safeguard your wives, then your wives shall welcome home the conquerors. If you do free your children from the sword, then your children's children will quit you in your age. Then, in the name of God and all those who are right, advance your standards and draw your willing swords. For me, the ransom of my bold attempt shall be his cold corpse on the earth's cold face. But if I thrive in the game of my attempt, at least you shall share this part thereof. Sound the drums and trumpets boldly and cheerfully. God and St. George, Richmond and victory! God in your arms be praised, victorious friends. The day is ours, the bloody dog is dead. Great God of heaven, say amen to all. Courageous Richmond, lo, hear these long usurped royalty. From the dead temples of the bloody wretch hast thou plucked off, to graze my brow withal. I shall wed it, and make much of it. What men of name are slain on either side? Inter their bodies as become their births, and proclaim a pardon to all soldiers fled, that in submission they will return to us. And then, as we have taken the sacrament, we will unite the white rose and the red. Smile heaven upon this fair conjunction, that long have we frowned upon their enmity. What traitor hears me and says not amen? England hath long been mad and scarred herself with the brother blindly, and shed the brother's blood. The father rashly slaughtered his own son, the son compelled to butcher to the sire, and divided the York and the Lancaster. Divided her in dire division. Oh, now, let Henry and Elizabeth, the true successors of each royal house, by God's fair ordinance conjoin together, and let their heirs, God, if they will be so, enrich the time to come with smooth-faced peace, with smiling plenty in the prosperous days. Abate the edge of traitors, glorious Lord, that would reduce these bloody days again, and make poor England weep in streams of blood. Let them not live to see this taste land increase, that it would treason wound the land's fair peace. Now civil wounds are stopped, peace lives again. She may long live here, God say amen.